Today, I'm going to say one real story about one girl named by Helen. And that story's title is The Most Important Day. So let us start our story. It was the summer of 1880. A healthy baby girl was born in a small town in Alabama. Her parents loved her dearly and named her Helen. But one day the baby became ill, and day after day her fever stayed high. Everyone in the family tried to help her to get better, but all they could say was, "There is nothing more we can do. The baby may not live." Helen lived, but she was not the same after her illness. "Something is very wrong," her mother said. At last they found out what was wrong. The child could not see or hear. The baby grew into a little girl. Her parents felt sorry for her. Helen often cried and held on to her mother. "Maybe you should give the poor child what she wants," her father could say. Though Helen could not see or hear, she was a bright little girl. Some people thought Helen could not learn anything. "Why don't you just send her away somewhere?" they said. Her mother did not agree. "Thanks, but Helen is very smart," she said, and added, "The problem is, how can we reach her?" She locked up inside herself. Helen began to grow wild. She would not let anyone comb her hair. Her clothes always dirty. She was often angry. Sometimes she even lay on the floor and kicked her feet. Her parents thought that they should find a teacher for her. Miss Sullivan, a young teacher, agreed to help Helen to learn to see the world. Miss Sullivan gave Helen a doll. DOLL spells doll. Miss Sullivan spelled "do" word with her fingers to Helen's hand. She made the letters with the special hand signs. Helen copied her teacher and spelled DOLL too, but she did not understand what she was doing. She did not know that she is spelling a word or even that words existed. Helen liked Miss Sullivan. She was strict but kind. In the days that followed, Helen learned to spell. In this way, a great many words. Among them were pin, hat, cup, and few verbs like sit, stand, and walk. But her teacher had been with her several weeks before she understood that everything had a name. One day, her teacher made Helen put her hand into running water. Then she spelled water. Suddenly, Helen understood that water meant something wet running over her hand. She understood that words were the most important thing in the world. Words would tell her everything she wanted to know. Helen learned 30 words that day. Mother, father, sister, teacher were among them. Words that were to make the world blossom for her. It would have been difficult to find a happier child than Helen as she lay in her bed at the close of that eventful day. She thought about the joys it had brought her and for the first time longed for a new day to come. By the end of the August, in the 6 short months, Helen knew 625 words. By the time she was 16, Helen could speak well enough to go to college. Hellen Keller, the little girl, became one of the history's most famous women. She traveled around the world, speaking in more than 25 countries in the 5 major continents. Wherever she went, she brought a new courage to million people. That is the real story of the Helen and Karen. Thank you so much to listen my story. And the story is written by Hellen Keller. By its own hand, the story has written. Thank you and have a good day.